Welcome to the third set of the playoffs of FnF Victory Road Draft League Season 2. This is the winners quarterfinals, so the first sets of playoffs are this week, and this is going to be Emberhoof's team, which is Rio Grande Rapidash, versus Noob Scrub's team, which is Patch 3.0 Ivysaurs. As a reminder, the Mega Pokemon available are Mega DNC and Mega Venusaur respectively, and then we have one Z Pokemon, Blissey, with Z any privilege in this battle. And wow, what a match this will be. It does look like Noob Scrub has brought his defensive core plus sand, whereas Ember has brought a pretty unconventional team. I don't think we've seen a team quite like this. We do see Musharna, who functions really well in a Trick Room. Noob Scrub's team not too fast. There's also Mega DNC, which does have Magic Bounce, which will be pretty valuable. Lantern, which could act as a pivot, and of course Breloom can be pretty good with that Poison Heal and Leech Seed combination. Noob Scrub does have options for offense and defense, and it does look like Ember has the same. Ember leaning a little more offensive, Noob Scrub leaning a little more defensive, but of course he can run Pokemon offensively as well, including Celesteela and Mandibuzz, for example, with Brave Bird against Breloom, Hippowdon, Stoutland. So both teams have quite a bit of versatility here. It's going to be interesting to see how they scout each other's play style for this match, strategy, and moveset. Going to be a really interesting one, and I'm really excited to see. And let's jump right in, shall we? In terms of leads, I think we could maybe see Hippowdon lead for Noob Scrub, maybe a Lantern lead for Ember. That's what I'm going to guess. Ember going eeny, meeny, miny, guessing he's picking his lead right now. Mega Diancie could be a good lead too. He's definitely going to want to set up hit to Mega Evolve right away, because a switch in to a Toxic or a Stealth Rock could be very valuable for Ember, and if Diancie's in its base form, it will not have that Magic Bounce yet. It looks like both sides unsure of who to lead with. I'm really curious to see. It's a lot of these Pokemon. It's going to depend on what defense is invested in for Noob Scrub, because it does look like Noob Scrub does have a lot of Pokemon that take hits, but what hits will they take? So it looks like Team Rocket, the Celesteela, is first on a Noob Scrub's team. Breloom is first on Ember's team. Celesteela goes for a Flamethrower right away, and Breloom's going to be Toxic. That substitute allowed it to live that Flamethrower, and Breloom goes for the Spore, causing Team Rocket, the Celesteela, to fall asleep, and Poison Heal is going to cause Breloom to gain a little HP. Breloom is now free to set up another substitute, and that's exactly what it does. Team Rocket is still sleeping, and now Breloom can go for that Leech Seed combination. Venusaur will be something to watch out for, though, because it can wall Leech Seed, and fighting moves won't do too much to it. Looks like Breloom is at full HP and behind a substitute. I do think we'll probably see Venusaur come in, but we don't actually. The Drain Punch is going to hit and deal some damage, and Flamethrower gets rid of that substitute, but Team Rocket, the Celesteela, is now at 58% due to the Leech Seed damage. Perfection, the Venusaur comes out taking that Spore. It does not affect it, and Breloom probably going to want to skedaddle out of there. But Mega Venusaur actually goes for the growth, and Breloom's going to substitute up. Not going to want to stick around, though, because a growth Venusaur can be very strong. The Sludge Bomb is going to do some pretty decent damage. Drain Punch not doing too much. Mega Venusaur is looking really scary right now. He's actually going for an offensive Mega Venusaur, which is interesting. We haven't seen that before. No one really wants to switch into Sludge Bomb, especially since Fortress isn't here. I think Ember is going to have to pick which Pokemon he wants to scrap at this point. Maybe Musharna could switch into a Sludge Bomb, but it's not going to be able to take two. Musharna is the Pokemon to switch in, and Sludge Bomb, oh, it does 44%, so it can take two. Musharna now poised to go for either a Psychic or to heal with Moonlight. Perfection going to have to make that decision if it wants to stay in. Due to that growth boost, it does not stay in. Not Hungry Hippo. The Hippowdon comes in, and Yawn is going to cause it to get drowsy. Musharna does rely on Moonlight for recovery, so Sandstorm is going to be pretty bad to it. Moonlight will bring it up to 87% though, which still isn't too bad. Musharna did want to take that hit, and the Toxic is going to hit. Synchronize makes Blissey poisoned as well, so the Yawn's not going to work. And Blissey can just switch out because of Natural Cure. Blissey probably going to go for a Wish though, so that Celesteela can restore a little HP. Maybe Ember's going to switch, calling that out. Actually, Flying Ostrich and Mandibuzz comes in, and Lantern comes in, calling out the Mandibuzz, and Lantern's now free to go for the Volt Switch if it so desires, which will do decent damage to Mandibuzz, especially if it's not invested. Lantern is going for the Heal Bell, actually, and Toxic is now cured from Lantern and Musharna. Breloom got its Toxic cured too, which is not something it wanted, but I think overall that was pretty good. And Lantern's now taunted, but it's going to Volt Switch out of there, doing 24% to Flying Ostrich. Seems like Flying Ostrich is probably specially defensive. And yeah, who's going to come in? Exploud comes in. I think that could be a good option. Boom Burst will do pretty big damage. We do see that Boom Burst taking out 56% of Mandibuzz's HP, but with the leftovers and with Roost, it will be able to shrug off Boom Bursts. Saffron City Sky, the Blissey, though, is going to come in instead, taking a Boom Burst. Even with Blissey's gargantuan HP and special defense, it takes it in stride. Lantern is the next one to come out, and a Wish is going to go up. So we will... Blissey does have a way of extending the game. The Heal Bell is now up, and Exploud is no longer toxic, and Perfection comes in to receive that Wish. So once again, we see a growth, and Lantern's going to go for the Volt Switch. I'm guessing we'll see Musharna again. Indeed, we do. Musharna comes out. It is nearly at full HP. I'm wondering if Perfection's going to stay in and go for the Sludge Bomb, but that does risk the Psychic, if Musharna has Psychic. Mandibuzz comes in, and Yawn is going to be the move that Musharna uses. Yawn is really forcing a lot of switches. And Hippowdon comes in, and Lantern comes in. So Lantern's now free to go for a Hydro Pump or a Scald, but Hippowdon does hit very hard with Earthquake, so I don't know if he wants to stay in. Scald is going to hit, it does not burn, and the Earthquake takes Lantern down to 19%. Lantern going to have to be very careful right now. Maybe Ember is going to switch to Breloom instead. No, actually, Musharna's the one who comes in. Taking that Earthquake doesn't do that much, 32%, but the Sandstorm is up, which prevents that Moonlight from working too well. And Yawn is going to be used, causing Hippowdon to get drowsy. One more Crunch will be enough to take out Musharna, though, so pretty dangerous for Ember right now, especially with the Sandstorm up. And Blissey comes in. Musharna's going to switch out into Breloom, a really good matchup for Breloom, who is now Toxic Poisoned once again. I'm thinking we'll see Venusaur come in. Breloom can't do much to Venusaur. Yeah, Venusaur does come in, and Breloom sets up that substitute. Venusaur is now free to go for some growth. And in comes Lantern. The growth is successful. And Giga Drain does take Lantern down. Venusaur is going to be very, very hard for Ember to play around. Diancie comes in, which is an interesting choice, especially with growth and Giga Drain. I'm wondering what he has in store. Diancie is now Mega Evolved, and Power Gem's going to bring it down to 39, but Giga Drain takes out Diancie. Yeah, I wasn't sure why he sent out Diancie. Exploud is the next one to come in. It might be able to live a Giga Drain and hit back with Boom Burst. Not sure if Boom Burst will be enough. Sludge Bomb takes out Exploud, though. Mega Venusaur looking really, really threatening. Breloom is the next one to come out. Takes the Sludge Bomb, and Breloom goes down. In comes Rapidash. And Flare Blitz going to do 38%, the thick fat saving Venusaur from that super effective damage. Rapidash goes down, and the last Pokemon standing is Musharna, but with its low HP, one Sludge Bomb will be enough to take it down. But Hippowdon's actually the one who comes in. Interesting, a Psychic is going to do 32% to Hippowdon, and Musharna takes some damage from the Sandstorm. But the Crunch takes down Musharna, and that is the game. It's a 6-0 victory for Noob Scrub. Rio Grande Rapidash. Patch 3.0 Ivysaurs over Emberhoof's team, Rio Grande Rapidash. It does look like Mega Venusaur was very hard for Ember to deal with, so I think in his in-between right now, he's probably going to build to account for that. Growth with Venusaur was a really surprising strategy, going more offensive than defensive. So we'll see how the next battle goes, and stay tuned for that. Until then, this is Noel from Sun and Friendly.